we are BBC Schools Report from the Minster School in Southwell, and our topic we have chosen to report on is the internet and how it is used and how it affects our generation.
The internet today is used for many things: social networking sites, researching schoolwork, and interacting with others online.
We've chosen this topic because we think that social networking sites affect our generation greatly. We have interviewed students and teachers to find out their opinion on this topic. We have interviewed 3 students from our year to find out how they use the internet and if it is affecting their lives. How many hours do you spend on the internet a day?
Approximately about an hour and a half.
How do you use the internet?
I use it both for school use and social media.
Is your phone connected to the internet?
Yes.
How many social networking sites are you on?
5.
Year 9, Alice. How many hours and minutes do you spend on the internet a day?
About 2 hours.
How do you use the internet?
I mainly use the internet for social networking sites, but I do homework, research, and music clips.
Cool. Is your phone connected to the internet?
Yes.
Okay. How many social networking sites from the list are you on?
1, 2, about 9.
Okay. Which social networking sites are your top 3 that you prefer to use or you use most, and why?
Probably Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
And which of those 3 do you prefer the most?
I think I prefer Twitter because you can see a lot more celebrity life and meet new people all the time.
Okay. On Facebook and Twitter, do you consider your internet friends real friends?
On Facebook, I do, because they're mostly from school. However, on Twitter, I sometimes feel that I don't really know them.
Okay. And have you ever confronted someone online who you wouldn't in person?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Year 9, Fern. How many hours do you spend on the internet a day?
About 5.5 maybe.
How do you use the internet?
Mainly for like social networking sites and YouTube and all that. But sometimes if I have like homework or something that I have to do that requires to research something, I use the internet for that.
Is your phone connected to the internet?
It is, but I mainly use my iPad.
How many social networking sites are you on the list?
About 10 or 11.
Okay. Which social networking site do you prefer or use the most?
My top 3 would have to be Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
And why?
Twitter probably my most used one because I go on it quite a lot because I like talking to different people and like you should say meeting new people, and because you can get closer to celebrities on there and you can talk to celebrities.
Do you consider your internet friends real friends on Twitter?
Well, on Twitter I do like follow, and people follow me who I actually do know from school, but I do have quite a lot of people who I don't know that I would consider friends.
Okay, and have you ever confronted someone online and wouldn't in person?
No.
We interviewed 3 different teachers, each teaching different subjects and their views on the internet.
Mrs. Harder for BBC Schools Report.
How do you use the internet?
I use the internet daily, too much perhaps. I do my banking on there, I do lots of lesson preparation on there, all my communication with referee and rugby, I do all of the internet, that's generally my main, and of course music.
Are you on any social networking sites, or have you got any family members who are?
Sadly, I'm not on any. I don't quite trust it. I should do. My children are going to go to university next year, so I think I'll have to go on to one of the sites. Not Twitter, what's the one? Facebook. I suspect I'm going on Facebook. I think all my family are on it. I'm not sure. I don't know. My wife certainly is for her rugby, and I suspect both of us are as well. But I should do.
How do you feel about the younger generation's use of the internet?
Inevitable. They're going to use it more and more and more. I don't think we can stop it as long as we can control it, so they're not being any silly sites or anything like that. But I think if they are educated in using it, then I think it's a very powerful tool. I hope it doesn't replace everything, but if you want to search for anything now, you just go onto Google and you'll find it instantly, which is fantastic. But it does take that little bit of know-how.
Would you be surprised if future generations became completely reliant on the internet?
No, not at all surprised. I hope they don't. I don't like to see my children in front of the screens all the time. I want them to get outside and stuff like that. But if they want to do some research on it, then it's the most magnificent tool. And yes, they are going to use the internet a lot more. I would suspect that will include smartphones in the works, but I hope we can still enjoy life without being completely technology. I hope so.
We're interviewing Mr. Hurley for BBC Schools report on internet usage. How do you use the internet?
I use the internet in a number of different ways. I guess being a teacher, the first way I use it is to help me prepare my lessons and also to access things that I need. So when I get home, I can access all of my mark sheets, and I can access my work that I've prepared and carry on with that. And I also use it to relax as well. So I really enjoy looking at the BBC Sport website, finding out what's been happening with rugby and football teams and things I enjoy. And also to try and plan surprises and trips for my family as well. Oh, and online banking, very useful. Yes, very useful. Although maybe that's not as often, but I do use it for online banking.
Are you any? I'm sorry, guys.
Just go.
Are you?
It's fine, we'll edit it.
Are you on any social networking sites?
I am. I'm on Facebook and on Twitter. I joined Facebook when it first came out in the year 2007 or so, and mainly use it to be in touch with friends who, because of work, I can't see every day. And I'm also on Twitter, although I use it quite selectively. There's a few people who I'm interested in finding out what they think on Twitter, and so I follow them. I rarely tweet myself, so I don't think I have anything particularly profound enough to say, or that the rest of the world needs to hear, but I'm interested in hearing from a select group of people. So I find with Facebook, with a lot of friends, I have no control. There's lots of stuff just thrown at me about a pack of crisps that someone's just eaten and other things. Whereas for Twitter, I can be quite particular and choose exactly what I want to hear. So I've changed my usage of it.
Yeah. How do you feel about the younger generation's use of the internet?
I think, how do I feel about it? I think it's part of daily life. I think probably, as we heard in assembly earlier today, the younger generation, by that I presume anyone who's younger than me, are probably much more intuitive with the internet, so can do things faster, can find what they want faster, can find ways of merging media that I can only just barely understand. But I think at the same time, there needs to be a certain, I think parents need to be involved as well, or at least people who can help younger people know how to use it sensibly. So not sharing too much information which might leave themselves vulnerable, and also not relying on the the internet as their exclusive means of enjoyment, relaxation or interaction with others.
Would you be surprised if future generations became completely reliant on the internet?
No, because in certain things I think we are completely reliant on the internet. I think nowadays when I'm thinking about a breakaway or some time away in the holidays with my family, the first place that I will go is to look online. I think there still is a place for going to the travel agent or such like, but I think people will probably see what they can find out first of all from the comfort of their own home. So I think it's a reality. The reality is the internet is very much part of our lives. However, I think there's certain things the internet can't do. Having a conversation, as we are now, face to face, in person, the internet can't replace that. Yes, you can Skype, and you can share a joke and a sense of humour, but it's not quite the same as actually being with people. So I think for certain aspects of helping our lives work, the internet will be and will continue to be invaluable. But I think there's certain things which can't be replaced. The feel of a good book in your hand, conversation with a friend, a walk in the sunshine, those sorts of things cannot be virtualised. Well, they can be, but they're not the same.
We had several different students from each year group fill out a questionnaire which asked them when they use the internet, how they use it, and how it affects them. Overall, we found out that Facebook and Twitter were the two most used social networking sites by varies of years, and we also found out that on average people spend 2 to 4 hours a day on the internet, whether that's before or after. In conclusion, we have found out that the internet impacts our lives greatly.
We've also found out that through the teenage years, the amount of internet we use increases. However, as we get older, we become less reliant on the internet.
One of our favourite quotes from the interview said, "Nowadays, it seems people are leaving social networking sites because they are feeling more lonely, and it is ruining their friendships."
Parents have explained that their children spend too long on the internet.
We also think that in the future we will become completely dependent on the internet.
This is Alice
Katie
And Fern.
reporting on BBC Schools Report at the Minster School, Southwell.
Thank you.
Thank you.